So if you're watching this for the very first time, don't, beat yourself if you don't get it all. Start piece by piece. Eat this elephant one bite at a time. And then you will start seeing the income take place for you. That's why I tell people this is the first company I have personally ever made any money in. And part of it is because, one, tapping into the system, doing it that way, and just jump starting and going for it. One, you believe in it. If you believe in it, something you believe in, you'll do. You'll move forward, regardless of what anybody else says. Because if everybody believed, they'd be doing it. But we've got 7 ways to get paid. Actually, really 8 when it comes to the founding members possibility. But 7 ways all the time, because that's just a possibility during a certain period of time of the year. And then that's not going to be here forever. But these 7 ways are here forever. And the first way is the online dispensary. Now, I take a little longer when I talk about this because it's the first way. And if a person says they don't want to do anything else, they can just do this. And they can provide themselves additional income. I mean, because sometimes for a family to get an additional $500, $1,000 every month can change everything. I mean, it pays maybe the car note, or it pays some bills. All of a sudden that relieves some pressure, because we're living in some difficult times sometimes, especially during the pandemic and things we're going through. But just know that when you join Wakanna, you are the owner of your own online dispensary. You are a business owner. It's yours. It's got your name on it. And when people shop, this is your store. It's just like having a brick and mortar, except it's online. And this is what everybody's doing these days. Most people, I won't say everybody, but even if they're not doing it, somebody else is doing it in their household. And you're gonna earn without holding the inventory. Should you have some inventory? Always. You should have some inventory just to be able to sample. Sometimes you're sitting next to somebody and they start talking about the pain in their body. You can pull out your rollerball or your cream and use a spatula or something and get them a little something, and all of a sudden now you got a new customer. So you always want to have some product. But do you have to? No. They're going to drop ship that product to your customer, and you're going to earn the money without holding the inventory. You didn't even do the work. The work you did was sending out a link of an email, of a website. And you're going to get 20 to 50% every time they shop. Cha-ching. They shop. Cha-ching. That's amazing. And they're going to get free shipping with a $50 order right now or above. And they're going to get affordable, natural, and organic products that you can have confidence that will assist them in whatever area they're dealing with. And that's why we educate, because everybody's body is different. And some people it takes more, some people it takes less, everybody, but you got to go through that process to find what Dr. Rita calls that sweet spot. So now let's find out how we can go from 20 to 50%. Nobody wants to stay at 20%. How do I get 50? How do I get 40? It's all about the numbers that are done on your website every single month. So here you are, you've told everybody, you've had a grand opening, you've invited people to shop. And let me tell you something, once they start shopping, they'll come back. Because when you get to $500 right here, that's the first number. That's the first number you want to get to. Now, are you going to get paid under 500? Absolutely. You're going to get 20%. If $1 is spent on your website, you will make 20% of that dollar. If $300, you'll make 20% of $300 of commissionable volume. Now, the commissionable volume is different from the retail price. It's a little bit lower. So the company doesn't pay you off the retail, they pay you off of what we call CV. You will hear us say that over and over again, CV, commissionable, the retail commissionable volume, right? And no, 20%, it starts at 20, then it goes to 25. So here's what I love about Wakanna. You bring more money in through your customers shopping, we pay you more. 25%. Now, with that 25%, you must have at least 2 customers, and then you're going to get 25%, and they're going to give you $50 product bonus for you to buy whatever you want with that $50. And when you get to 1,000, you get another raise. What company gives you a raise the more money you bring into the company? All of us have worked for companies and brought in money that made them profitable. And they have this big meeting around the table telling you, our company did this month, and you cheered on, yay, but you didn't get a raise. If they did, they gave you a nickel, a quarter, 30%. Now, you got a 5% raise. because you brought in $1,000 in any calendar month. As long as you had at least 5 customers, and you'll have 5 customers, because to get to that $1,000, you got probably 10, 15, 20 customers, right? The average customer spends about $123 a sale every time they purchase, especially if they buy 1 or 2 or 3 products, which is what we teach, to layer the products, get the cream, get the topical cream, some type of topical cream, some type of tincture or water soluble, and some type of gummy. That's about $123 on the average. Some will do more. I've had people spend as much as $300, $400, but the average is about $123. So that's, you'll get those 5 customers if you just keep telling everybody. Now you got 30% and you get a $100 product bonus. When you do 2,500 in a calendar month on your website, this is just you by yourself. This is you sending out that text, that email, that message of your link with your name on it. And 15 of those customers, just at least 15, now you get 35% commission from that $2,500, between $2,500 to $49.99. You're getting 35% plus a $250 product bonus of any product, anything that you want, you can get it here. I just did this, just ordered some because I had not been using my product bonus, and I need some product now because I had some giveaways that I try to give away when I do grand openings, and I ran out of the stuff I wanted to give away. $5,000, this is where you want to get to. How long will it take you? Does not matter. What else are you doing to potentially bring in $5,000 of volume and bring you in a commission check of $2,000 or more every single month? Every time you do that, you're going to get 40%. And when you multiply all that 40% plus the $500 product bonus, you've just done 50%. So, I mean, it's amazing. And you'll hear Melissa, our CEO, talk about who has become a bronze or silver, gold or platinum dispensary owner on Mondays. She gives those accolades and honors those. And we just applaud them because of their efforts of building their customer base, because our company is built on customers. We have more customers than we have distributors. That's one of the big differences about Wakanna. It's not built on recruiting. People don't like to hear that. But it's built on having customers using CBD, enhancing their lives, changing their lives, giving them their life back. And when then people choose to become distributors, because some of those customers sometimes switch over and become distributors. So how do you find that CV? Since the CV is CV, you hear that over, it's so important. How do you find it? Well, you got to sign in. Got to sign into your website, go to your back office, click where it says My Team, click where it says Data Viewer, and choose the custom ranges. And you'll know, I don't just tell you, I'm going to show you. Okay, so let's go actually to the back office and do it. So here we are. So you got to sign in, right? So we're signing in. This is your website you're signing into now. Got to put that little capture security code for security purposes. Once you're signed in, the next step was to click My Back Office. And you don't have to click it if you see this black section here. Sometimes it does not there, so then you click it and it'll appear, the black legend. And then you go down to My Team. And then you go down to Data Viewer. And when you click Data Viewer, it's going to look like this. Data Viewer. Everybody needs to understand this. Data Viewer is your best friend. Data Viewer is your best friend, okay? You should not spend a month and not have gone to your Data Viewer. Really, you shouldn't spend a week. I go there weekly, sometimes daily, because you want to see what's going on. Now, right now, we're just talking about what's going on with you. And that's this personal. Personal, that means you. But you have all these columns, your levels, your points earned, your sales value, your CV, your customers, and your distributor. We're concentrating right now on CV. Personal is you. CV is what's happening on your website. So in this example, this person did 527.16 CV, commissionable volume, in 1 calendar month. Based on the chart, that means that they just got a raise. They now have 25% of that 527.16. And now they are getting a $50 product bonus. So how cool is that? I mean, this person could have just started. They could have just had a grand opening, invited a few people, and they showed up and they bought product. Do you know that that's really about 4 people spending over 150 bucks? That's easy to happen. That's why when you have those grand openings, you want to invite, because it gives you a jump start to getting your business off, because people that you know will come and support you. And so that $500 now has you at a bronze dispensary owner. And you're going to hear those accolades, but guess what's more than that accolade? You're going to get paid. You're going to get that commission, and that commission comes at the 15th of the following month, because he has to go through the whole month to see how much to pay you, because you don't want to get paid 20% when you're supposed to get paid 25%. I'm just saying. But what if you went a step further and you had more customers? Let's say that second month you built on those customers, they came back and bought something else, or they came back, maybe they ran out. And now you're at 1,025.62 CV. And based on the chart that we just looked at, now you're not getting 20%. You're not getting 25%. You're getting 30%. As long as you've got 5 customers, you're getting 30%. And now you get a $100 product bonus. Amazing. The more you brought in, the more sales you had on your website, the more you benefited. And then you go the next month, and now you've got $2,429.80. In this particular example, that's what this person did in 1 calendar month. As you can see, they did a whole lot more in retail sales. The sales number is $3,600, but the CV that you got paid on is $2,429.80. So what did this person make? When you look at the chart, did they make 20%, 25, 30? First look, some people say 35%. Nope, nope, nope. They did not make 35%. Why didn't they make 35%? Because they're $2,429. They're 71 CV points away from 2,500. At 2,500, they'd have made 35%, but they were 71 points short of hitting that 35%. So now they're getting paid 30% because they didn't check their CV. Because somebody didn't let them know. You are so close. Why would you get that close? Listen, guys, no, this should never happen. That's too close to leave money on the table. So what do? You go to your website and you find some CV. You find some product that you can purchase, or that you can have somebody to purchase, or you're going to call a customer or something, but you say, Dr. Ross, well, how do I know what CV is related to what product? I thought you'd never ask me. Click shop. Shop now, doesn't matter. Click one of those shops and start looking at the product, because every product has a related CV value. So if I come here, gummies, okay, you got a lot of customers. They love the gummies. They love the broad spectrum, the pure gummies. So when you come here and you view the details, you can view the details here, or you can click the letters here, and it opens up that product to explain the benefits of the product, the ingredients of the product, the name of the product, the directions of the product, and you go all the way down to the price. Retail price, sales price, you save, and UCV. That's the amount that you get paid commission from, 30. Now you know where it is. Now you can do that on any product we have. So now in this example, you needed 71. So if you had a lot of customers who had gummies, you can now make phone calls. Anybody out of gummies? Anybody need some gummies? Or you can promote your gummies. So you need 71. So that means you need 3 people, or somebody to order 3 bottles, 30, 60, 90. You've got your 71. Or you can shop and look for something that gives you more in just one shot. Here's a tip in the tinctures. For those of you that have people that use the hemp MD, guess what? All it takes is 1 bottle for you to get that CV you need in this particular example, because the CV, do the same thing, go past all the instructions and everything, is 100. So it's a good go-to whenever you're short of CV to know that the hemp MD, because hemp MD is very, very good. It's our most potent CBD oil that we have. So it's great. And if you can't find anybody, I'm just saying, I wouldn't let 71 points go by. I'm just going to have to buy something myself because it's going to make financial sense. Whatever I spend, I'm going to make it back and more when I get the 35% opposed to the 30%. So now the same thing happens when I go to 5,000. In this example, it's 5,081. My goodness, look at there. That's in one calendar month. This is not a number made up. This is an actual shot of someone's back office, and they did this in one calendar month. And that means that this person didn't get 20, didn't get 25, didn't get 30, 35, they got 40%. If you had a calculator and you did the math, you can understand this was a really good paycheck just from their website. And they got a $500 product bonus. Oh my God. $500 to spend any kind of way you want to with any product that you may not have. Sometimes they're, all of our products have packages and they're packaged already with certain items, but there's so much other stuff that we have on our website that you haven't tried or you want to test out or you want to sample for yourself. So you got $500 to spend. Amazing. And all of that, again, is just from your website. You haven't built a team. You haven't added anybody to the family. You haven't reached a ranking in the company. This is you by yourself, solo. Now, what happens when you do share it with somebody and they want a website? Well, that's where you become a broker, and that's called overrides, retail overrides, because now you're making overrides on their website. Every time somebody goes to their website and purchases something, you benefit. Cha-ching. That's to make money while you sleep. They cover people you don't know. They reach areas where you're not in. And then when we go global and you're in other states and other countries, you're going to benefit when that website is open during a time zone completely different to yours. And you're going to get 15% for every person that you personally sponsor, that you personally invite into the company who decides they want to have a website. If they don't ever want to have a website, you're still going to get 20 to 50%. But when they get a website, now you're getting 15% from theirs. And then what happens? If they decide to do the same thing and share it with somebody who shares it with somebody, who shares it with somebody, it's just referring, it's networking, it's sharing because we have good products. Because when a product is helping one person, that person wants to tell another person who has the same pain, who's going through the same issue, who has the same condition. There are groups on the internet who are all dealing with the same things. Just imagine that you start out with your website, 20 to 50%. You're making every time somebody shops at your website. But from their online dispensary, you're going to make 15%. And from their online dispensary, you're making 5%. And from theirs, you're making 5%. And from theirs, you're making 2% because they shared it with somebody who shared it with somebody who shared it with somebody. And you only talk to one person in this example. But what happens when now, since you recognize, my God, what if I talk to somebody else? And when you share that with somebody else, now you're getting 15% from their website. Now you got two people that don't even know each other, and you're making 15% from each of their websites while you're still getting 20 to 50% from your own website. See, all this has happened simultaneously. And then they start sharing. And all of a sudden, an organization starts to build of websites that are all over the country. And here you've still only talked to two people. Why would you stay quiet? Because somebody else may say, I want a website too. And if they don't want a website, they still can just shop from yours. But if they do want a website and they share it with somebody who shares it with somebody who shares it with somebody, man, that's cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And how often can you do this? Over and over and over again, unlimited. There's no limit to how many times. There can be websites all over the country and eventually all over the world. And then you can check this. You can look at this in your back office. You know ahead of time what you're going to make from your commissions from the website sales or retail sales. Because remember, who's your best friend? CV. CV is your best friend. Data viewer is your best friend. And when you look at that data viewer, the example we showed you earlier was 5,000 that was done in one calendar month, but there were a bunch of other numbers on level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when you understand those levels, all the people you sponsored directly are on level 1. No matter how many people that is, 30 people, 20 people, 10 people, 5 people, 100 people that you personally introduced Wakanna to. And then those people that they introduced them to, whether it's 5 people or 10 people or 20 people, are all on your level 2. And then just imagine, now they introduce it to somebody. If it's one person they introduce it to, or 100 people they introduce it to, they're on your level 3. And now in any given calendar month, it's calculated from each of those websites what they did in one calendar month. And this example are true numbers, because now you're getting paid 15% and 5% and 5% and 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. And that's a number that you need a calculator to figure out. This was a really, really, really good paycheck in one calendar month. And this is a real example. And this is just the second stream of income, just the second. You haven't become a ruby or a sapphire or an emerald, all those things that you hear us talk about. You're not any one of those rankings yet. You just have a website who is spreading the word about your website. But then now when you decide to go into broker earnings from selling dispensaries, yes, dispensaries, the 998, the 219, the 2 dispensaries that we talk about, the full crown jewel, the half down crown jewel, or the millennial or the stimulus. Now you're talking about quick money, fast money, weekly money. There's a 2 week in the hole, and then it gets paid out weekly. Every time you, sell a 998, you make $200. A 219.95, you make $40. A millennial or a stimulus, $40. And then when people decide they want to share the same thing, it's overrides, broker earning overrides. So now you get 200, but then when they do it, you get 50. When they do it, you get 50. When they do it to somebody, 15, 15, 5, and 5. So it's the same concept that you saw with those website sales is now happening with crown jewel dispensary sales. And all of this is happening at the same time, simultaneously. And let me tell you something, it's crazy. Unlimited income. How many times can you do this? Because when you bring in a new partner and they join the business and they get that full crown jewel, you just made $200. If they did half down, you get half. You get the 100. You get, if somebody else did the half, you get the 25. The 25, you get $750. Whatever. And when they pay the other half, you get the other half. So just tell me, how often can you do this? How many people will you talk to find people that will do this? You don't want to leave anybody out. And again, if they don't do this, they're still your customer. They're still coming to your website. And if they get the millennial, you still benefit, even though it's a smaller price market. It's 40 and 20 and 8 and 8 and 4 and 4 and 4 because they paid $219. But the same principle, the same concept takes place for that same thing. And I'm going to say it again. I'm going to rehearse it over and over again. All of this is happening simultaneously. And I'm going to ask you, how many times can you do this? I mean, can't you see the cha-chings? It's unlimited. The potential is unlimited. And so what if it takes you 6 months, a year? What if it takes you 3 years to accomplish it? What else is happening in your life that can have the potential to produce what we're looking at here? Some people want overnight success, but it's a marathon and you're building a legacy. You're building an organization. And as you do that, you're able to track it. It's called points earned. When it comes to dispensary sales, it's points earned. Points earned help you rank. Why is ranking important? Because that gives you to the next stream of income. Do you have to rank? No. I just showed you 1, 2, 3, and 4 before you ever talk about ranking. But now if you take it to the next level, now you can rank and get another stream of income. And for me, if I got 7 gifts under the tree, I want all the gifts. But where do I check it? In my data viewer. That's my best friend. And points earned is not about you. That's what I love about Wakanna. It doesn't have to always be about you. Now, that first one, that was all about you. Your website by yourself solo. If you're one of those persons, more power to you. That's cool. But if you love people, if you care about people, if you like to share, then recognize in that sharing you benefit, because now you can help somebody else. And really the way up is to help another man up. And when you look in your data viewer and you look at that back office, it's not going to be about that personal line. It's going to be about the whole thing. And you're looking at the bottom line to see what that number is. That's the number that in PE, points earned, that helps you rank. So what gives you points earned? Dispensary sales plus product sales, website sales. Your website sales points earned is dollar for dollar. So if you sell something for $79.95, you get 79.95 points. You sell a dispensary for $9.98, you get 1,000 points. And points help you rank. Why is ranking important? It's another avenue stream. So we started Pearl at 2,000 points. 2,000 points. What did I just say? $9.98 gives you 1,000 points. Okay, so you came in at the crown jewel. That's 1,000 points. You count, yes. So all you got to do is go sign up one more person at $9.98, or 5 other people at Millennial, the $2.19, because it's less points, but it takes more people. And you're Pearl. Pearl moves you forward to Jade, because when you become Pearl, when you started out, it was just you. Now at Pearl, maybe you got 1 or 2 people, 3 or 4 people, it may be more. But now you're working together all to become Pearls and to become Jades. And together, it's a whole lot easier. And the goal is that you want to reach through each of these, but you don't do it by yourself. Because anytime somebody tells you they made Diamond 1 star, or they made Emerald, or they made Sapphire, they didn't do it by themselves. Because if they're a Sapphire, there's some other people on their team that are Jades and that are Pearls. If they're a Diamond, there's some Pearls and Jades and Sapphires and Rubies and maybe some Emeralds on that team. So everybody helps everybody. You help a person make more. That's why it's important. And when you do that, when you hit Sapphire, we set our sights on Sapphire. Right now we have a run to Ruby. And the reason we're running to Ruby is because there's a Ruby retreat. But your goal in the compensation plan is to get to Sapphire. Why? Because there's some more money. There's a pool, 4% set aside every single month. And as your organization grows, as you add on more people, as more people join your business, you will eventually hit that 10,000 in points. And when you hit that 10,000 in points, remember, it's not you. It's your whole group. I did it in 30 days when I started. There were 10 people that joined as a full crown jewel. That's 1,000 points. Is that the only way to get there? Absolutely not. There are multiple ways to get there, because it just includes everybody. It includes the points from website sales. It includes the points from product sales. It includes the points from dispensary sales. All those different sales accumulate in 1 calendar month to that $10,000 in complete team volume. Ruby, Emerald, all of these shares are there. They're there for the taking. The pool is going to sit there, whether you hit it or not. The 4% is there. And every month it's there. When you hit that number every single month. Once you get the title, you got the title, but you do have to hit the number. And those shares are there. And the amount of the share is determined by the number of people in the pool. The less people in the pool, the higher the share is. The more people in the pool, the less the share is. But just look at whatever it is now. When we go global, it's going to be more, because that means the revenue is more. 4% of the revenue of the company is going to increase. And then there's a diamond pool. The diamond pool, same thing. There's 2% set aside for the diamonds, and you will never hear a diamond say they're a diamond by themselves. They didn't get there by themselves. But that 2% is there because they have helped all of those individuals. That's why you're going to get that support, because you know When you help somebody, you help yourself. That's the way it is. But you can't go to the top by yourself. But the shares are there for every person. And the number of those shares, again, increases by the revenue and by the number of people in the pool. But you got to follow some rules. And the rules are in place so that people just can't join our company and drop a bulk load of money and go to the top. I've been in companies where people just do that. They just go, they become the diamond or whatever, the pearl, whatever the title is in the company because they brought in a bunch of money. No, here we've got rules. The rules in the pearl rule is that you got to have two people with you being pearl, you and somebody else. And you can't have all of the amount of sales, or they can't either. It doesn't matter which one, that's the beauty of it. But 75% has to come from one leg. In other words, one person could have 1,500, the other person could have 500. Or three people could have split it up evenly, or five people could have 500, 500, 500, 500. That's four people. And that'd be your 2,000 points. So it just has to be split. 75% is the most one person could have of that 2,000 to be pearl. And jade is 60%. And then sapphire is 50%. So you got to have at least two people at 50-50. That could be one person did, sapphire is 10,000, right? One person did 5,000, another person did 5,000. Or, like I just gave the example, 10 people, 1,000 each. Or a combination of all that. There is no cookie cut way to get there. But just know that the more people you sponsor, this is what really blesses me. The more people you personally sponsor, the easier it is. You don't have to worry about, is it balanced right? Or did somebody, but you're gonna always have somebody gonna join your team and they're gonna run. You want that. But you have to make sure you understand that still that rule applies, that no one person can have more than 50%. So here's a good example. If a person was running for Emerald and they had 5 individuals, and this person, Don, had 27,000, Philip had 3, Sarah had 10,500, Manuel had 4,500, Cassandra had 7. Using the 50% rule, which means that no one person can have more than 50% of the total amount being 50,000, that's for Emerald. What's half of 50,000? 25. So when we look at the numbers, Don has 27. What does that mean? That means we're going to get paid from her 27,000, but to reach Emerald, to count it, we can't. We can only count 25,000. So when you multiply and add up, look at all what you got here, 25,000, 3, 10, 5, 4, 5, and 7,000, add all that up together, it equals 50,000. So in this case, this person running for Emerald reached it. But you got to make sure you understood that, because now you see Don had 27. I can't, if I add 27, 3, 10, 5, 4, 5, and 7,000, that comes to 52,000. You could automatically think you got it, and not necessarily so. That's why you have to take inventory of your PE, your points earned. So here's an example of a person going to Diamond. Now, Diamond has a 1/3 rule. So in the 1/3 rule, you got to make sure you understand that in this 1/3 rule, no one person can have more than 1/3. What's 1/3 of 100,000? We round it off to 33,000. So here's an example. We got 6 people, and this individual is running for Diamond. They have personally sponsored these 6 people. Don did 82 and Philip did 45. That's more than 33,000. So now we can't count her whole 82. We can't count Philip's all of his 45. We count 33 in each of those. That's what the rule states. And when you add it up, 33, 33, 12, 5, 9, 8, 6, 5, and 4,600, it equals 99,400. So that means this person running for Diamond was 600 points short of being Diamond. And if they didn't pay attention, if they didn't go to their best friend data viewer and check it out and make sure that the points were right there, that it was distributed evenly, they could miss reaching Diamond by 600 points. And that should not happen. Because if I'm 600 points from getting to Diamond, somebody on my team is short of getting to Emerald or to Pearl or to Sapphire or to Ruby. And as a leader, you want to make sure you help that person achieve their goal. And if you help them achieve their goal, you'll help yourself achieve your goal. So that's why you go to your data viewer, because you want to see the points. And even when you do that, you can look up that person's ID number. The same place you put your ID number in your data viewer. Anybody on your team, you could put their ID number, put the custom range, the date you want to look for, the June 1st to June 30th, click go, and now you see the total that they have for that month. So when you look at that total and you see they're at 4,500, they're 500 short of hitting 5,000 for Jade. So what are you gonna do? I'm getting on the phone with them, I'm calling them, I'm seeing who we can talk to, who can we do a three-way call with, who can we do a video with, send some videos with, who can we do a presentation for, who can we invite to one of our, you understand what I'm saying? You're wanting to help them get to Jade or helping them get to Sapphire or whatever they're close to, because if you're short, there's somebody else is short. I'm just saying. And when you start putting their numbers in, because maybe they didn't check, maybe they didn't look, you say, well, they should be checking. Well, okay, now they're on your team. So you make sure you look, maybe their schedule's not allowing them to look at it, but you want to encourage them. Number 6 and number 7, car allowance, trips. We got to run to Ruby. We're running to Ruby right now, okay? So you still have time. This is just the second week of the month. There's time, there's so much time to be able to run and get to that number of 25,000 with you and those on your team. And you're running because you want them to get to Ruby. That's the thing. It's not about really you getting to Ruby. You want them to get to Ruby. You want them to get to Ruby to be there with you. And then we have a founding member revenue share. And we'll stop for a minute right here and see if there are any questions.
Dr. Ross.
Yes.
On the, okay, when you're going for Sapphire, is that for like just the people that you sponsored, or is that for the whole downline?
The whole downline. Every point counts. I don't care if it's 3 levels down and that person does a crown jewel, full crown jewel, and they get 1,000 points, you get 1,000 points.
So Diamond is just it says personally sponsored.
No, to get to any ranking, it's the whole downline as far as the numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay, because that's what I got mixed up when I saw it said that you personally sponsored.
Yeah, no, we're looking at, did they have over, because see, here's the thing. The person you personally sponsored somebody who sponsored somebody. See, their total is not made up of what they did. It's made up of what their whole downline did.
Okay. Okay.
So when you put the number in, you're putting in the person's number that you personally sponsored to see how many points they have from their entire downline.
Okay, that's it. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? That's a good question. Good clarity, to get clarity about it. It's always about the whole team. But when you look at another thing that Melissa has shown us before, let's see if I can go there, her and my team, under data viewer, this thing is called unilevel leg volume. So when you look at unilevel leg volume, and I don't go through this much because there's some other things that she wants to change about this, but it shows you, okay, come on. It shows you those persons, and I usually put here, I don't want to show all distributors. You want to show, exclude distributors with 0 volume. So we're not trying to look at everybody. And we want to click unilevel. But what this shows you, the people you personally sponsored, okay? but it's showing you their numbers based on their entire downline. The only problem with this example, Melissa has said, it doesn't show you, well, maybe they've already changed it because it says commission volume. Before, it didn't show you CV. Oh, it didn't show you points earned. That's what it was. That's why she said this is going to change, because it's going to show you points earned. But it does let you see their names, their ID number, because that's what you want to check. But you're still concerned about not just them, it's their downline. So it's everybody, everybody, everybody. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to go over to the website again, because I said I was going to share this, and I hope I can walk through it, because I haven't even practiced it myself. And we're going to try to get through it. What Melissa shared, I saw the other day in marketing. Okay, so she, in her certification she did the other day, she shared about marketing, something we've been missing. I don't know how long it's been there. And it says QR code generator. Okay, now, so some of you may not know about the QR code. What the QR code means, and this is a new thing that has happened in our society now. The first time I experienced it, and let me stop here for a minute and talk about this. The first time I experienced it was at a funeral. We walked into this funeral, and there was the picture of the person who had passed away, and they said, if you want the program, there was a QR code on this display, and you had to take your phone, go to your picture, and put your picture. You didn't have to take a picture. You just had to open it up to the QR code where you could see it in your photo section. So you go to pictures on your phone and just put it there over the QR code. Now I'll show you what a QR code looks like. And all of a sudden, voila, the funeral program came up on my phone. That was my first experience. It blew me literally away. So now, here's what we have at Wakanna. We have the ability to have a QR code that you can replicate, sending it to your printer, putting it on your business cards. I mean, I haven't even used all my business cards and my postcards. I'm tempted to reorder because it's amazing. Now you can have them print that QR code, and a person can actually go to your website by just using their camera over that QR code. So you can replicate it to be whatever you want it to be. It's so cool. So here it is. It's under marketing, QR code generator. So now you have options. You can have them do your whole website, or you can have them do a particular product, or just the shopping cart. Personally, I would just say the whole website, yeah, because I'm trying to introduce my website to somebody and make it easy. And as more and more people understand this technology, more and more people are starting to use it. So don't think just because you haven't heard of it, like I had not, doesn't mean no people aren't using it. Because if it's there, I mean, I'm seeing it pop up on commercials on television, and you can take your camera and put it up to the TV screen and get the QR code, and it takes you to that website. So Wakanna, we are state of the art. So look at there, your replicated website is right there. You can change the color and all that kind of stuff, but this is the QR code. So now I can go to that QR code, and now I can go open my browser, and it takes me directly to my website. Now I'm going to show you guys something. And then you can send it by email address. If you want to send it to somebody, send it to your own email so that you can be able to send it to your printer. Whatever that design is, he can use that QR code, and now it'll be there on every piece of document that you have. You can post it anywhere you want, and there's the QR code. So it's easier than having to type www. blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, it's right there in their the website. So let's see. Let me show you, see if I can do this. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second, and I'm gonna share. Okay, here we go. Share my screen. So this time I'm going to share my iPhone. I thought the plugin was already there. Okay, so I'm sharing my iPhone screen with you, and screen mirroring, zoom. There we go. So now you see my iPhone, okay? So now, okay. So now the QR code is there on my screen. And I don't know if you all see it behind my iPhone or if you just see my iPhone. But if you do see it, you'll see the QR code. But just the QR code that I showed you a few minutes ago. So I'm going to press picture, right? And now I'm going, see how it puts a little thing right there, little borders around the QR code. And at the top, it says open in Brave. Brave is my browser. So if your browser is Google Chrome or whatever it is, now I'm going to press that. And look at there. It took me straight to my website on my phone. And that's how you can use that QR code to share with people and never have to tell them. They never make a mistake putting your website in. They don't mess up. You've got them. You've got them. They've got your website right there on their phone. Just imagine putting that on all your paraphernalia, anything in your email address. It could be your signature at the bottom of your email. I've just thought of that one. I may put that on the signature. So a person can just use their phone, boom, and they've got you. Any questions? Y'all got to test this out. You start seeing these. I know you've seen the QR codes and then say, well, I don't know what that is. But you don't have to have any special software, any special apps. Go ahead, Diana. Yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Ross, this code, could it eliminate the need for a business card or digital business cards?
Well, I mean, you got to have it on something. You know, you got to have the code on something for people to see.
So what you're saying is that if I take my phone and I click on the camera, right, and face it to the QR code,
Right.
it can take someone to
your website.
To my website.
That's what I just demonstrated. That's what I just did with my phone. But your phone has to be, I mean, your QR code has to be on something. I mean, if it was on a business card, or if it was on a flyer, or if it was on a postcard.
Okay, so we have to get the QR code from Wakanna.
Which is what I just showed you. You went to your back office. Go to marketing, QR code generator. It's right there. Replicated site. There's the QR code. And all you do is say download.
Oh, okay, download it. All right. And it'll go to my phone.
Well, I mean, if not from downloading it, it's for you to use. If you're going to use it on a postcard, then you got to give it to the people that print your postcards.
Okay.
You're going to use it on a business card. You got to give it to the people that do your business cards. So it'll be printed on there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Got it.
Okay. So, Darlene, you said, so you download the QR first and then take a picture of the QR. You don't have to take a picture. Yes, you do have to download it to something. You download it to your email to save so that you can send it to your printers, to wherever you're going to put it. If you did a flyer and you want to copy and paste it on that flyer, if you did them yourself. But when it comes to using it, let me show you again, because I know this new technology is something, y'all. Okay, so let's go again. I'm going to do screen mirror. Okay, so I'm on my phone. Okay, so I go to my photo section. I am not taking a picture. I'm not clicking. I'm just putting it up so it can see it. I did not take a picture. Soon as I do that, it puts this little border. You see that border, that little gold border around that QR code. I'm in the back office of my website. And on my phone at the top, it says open in Brave. Brave happens to be the browser that I use to search with. Yours might be Google Chrome. Yours might be the E, whatever it is on your phone that you use to surf the web, to search for things. And when I say open in Brave, the website appears. Did you get that? You got that, Darlene? So I didn't have to take a picture. Okay, but the point is, you can generate that QR code in so many different ways. I'm going to generate it. I'm going to generate so it's my website. But just let's say hypothetically, if I wanted somebody just to, if I wanted to just send that code, it's just such a quick way to get people to where you want them to go without them. People make mistakes. People call back, I couldn't get to your website. I couldn't find it. I couldn't do this. And they typed something wrong. They did something wrong. You know, I don't see your name at the top. They did something wrong. This eliminates that. Because if they've got a phone with a photo section, and everybody does, but let's just say if I just wanted to highlight, say, Father's Day. Let's see if I can find that. See, so you go here and you click products, and it says new products and specials and Father's Day bundle. Look at there. And that's the link. So here it is. I can copy and paste that link somewhere in an email. Let's see what happens. Let's just do this. Let's see. Okay, there's the link. And I want to send it to my email. Send email. Oh, I got to say something here. Father's Day. Father's Day special. Send an email. Okay, the top it says email sent. Well, before we do that, let's see if the QR code here changed, because all of a sudden I put Father's Day and I'm saying that all I want people to see is the Father's Day package. And if I wanted to change, if I wanted to really be fancy and change its color, oh my goodness, look at all this stuff you can do. Background color, I want to, oh, that's ugly. Okay, so let's make it back to white. So now we want it to be red and white. Okay, so let me put my phone back on so y'all can see my phone, and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. This is live and unrehearsed right here. I'm gonna share my phone again. Screen mirroring. And recently I just learned how to share my phone on this, so we're always learning. Okay, so now you're looking at my iPhone. And y'all do see my iPhone, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to tap photo here at the right corner. I'm raising up my phone. Oops, there it is. Over that little gold thing around it, it sees the QR code. I'm opening up in Brave, which is my browser. And look at there. There is the Father's Day bundle. It took them straight to the Father's Day bundle. They don't have to go searching. They don't have to go click new products and specials. It took them right to the page where I want them to purchase the Father's Day bundle. And now they can just buy it right there from their cell phone. Oh my goodness. Lord, this is a game changer, guys. It's just simplifying it for your customer. I mean, as people, and you don't know, there are more people that are more technically savvy in this area than we know. But if you can teach them. You can teach them. Just pull your phone up to that code, that funny looking box there. Blow their minds. And yeah, you can just purchase it right then. Okay, I see some more questions. Okay, I got it. Wow, thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. I know, that's what I said. I was watching certification. I saw Melissa do this and I'm like, ooh, my goodness. That's amazing. Any other questions? Okay. Any questions about anything? Anything?
I have a question, Dr. Rita.
Dr. Roz.
I'm sorry. I know.
I appreciate that, but you know,
Oh, I'm just excited. That's all.
that's okay.
All right, and I have a question. I happened to see where someone signed in on Minister Mooney's and your class, and he was holding up his certificate, and on his certificate, it had pictures of our illustrious leaders
Mhm.
at the bottom. Well, I've gotten my certificate, thank God, and but it doesn't have those women on there. Is there a chance I can maybe get a copy with? I think I am so proud of who they are and what they're doing. I'm just wondering, is it possible to perhaps get a certificate with that at the bottom?
Hmm. I don't recall certificates looking different for one person opposed to another person.
No, mine doesn't have anybody's picture on it. It's got their names, their signature at the bottom. In fact, one of the signatures is really faint, but that's okay. But mine doesn't have the pictures of our leaders on there. And it just made me curious because when I got mine, I thought that's the way it actually came. But just today, I saw a man with his, and it had their pictures at the bottom. So it just made me curious.
So let me see, because
I think Minister Mooney has a picture of a certificate with all four of the pillars on it.
okay, so I don't know because I don't see it on mine. So
Oh. Well, you might want one too then, huh?
I'm looking at it because I have a bunch of certificates in my folder of different people when they got certified on my team, and unless that's something new. When did you get certified?
Last week. Well, 2 weeks ago now.
Because I didn't see it, so and I'm looking at all of these that I'm looking at, and let me share.
Well, I was just wondering. It's really no big deal, but I just thought if I could get one, that would just really be great.
Yeah,
But if not, it's okay. I'm certified, so it's all good.
because I'm see all of
Yep,
these.
that's the one I have.
Yeah, that's the one everybody else got. Who is this that had one different from everybody else?
I'm thinking it's Minister Mooney.
No, there was a gentleman who was part of a participant in the Zoom, just like we are right now.
Oh,
And on his still video, he's holding his certificate, and it has their pictures at the bottom.
Okay, well, we have to investigate that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I don't, because I'm looking at a whole bunch of certificates and all of mine look just like yours. And everybody I've seen that has one looks just like yours. So I don't know if he put their picture on his or see, we have to kind of investigate that.
Oh, I don't know. I might be starting something, huh?
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to finish it and find out. What's up? We want the pillars on our paper. Yeah,
Right.
I
Right.
agree. Yes. Yeah. That's good. Any other questions about anything, guys? This is the space. We're finished with most of everything. If you got any questions, something's been puzzling you, not clear about something, it's open floor. You have made me so happy. Okay, darling. Why have I made you so happy? I'm gonna stop.